Hey everybody, it is Monday night and that can mean only one thing, that tomorrow is Tuesday. And we are going to play some D&D. 5th edition, as a matter of fact, is the rule set. My name is Scott Wiley Hobbit, and I'll be your DM tonight for another exciting episode of Mysteries in the Dalelands. And we've got 5 out of 6 of our wonderful ensemble, or troupe of players. Poor Paige got stuck at work, and she's all used up, so we're going to have to catch her next week. So I will pilot Calavera. Let's go around. This time we're going to start at the top and go counterclockwise. So let's start with Gears. Tell us a little bit about your character, bud.
You're muted, Dave.
There we go.
There you go.
Not totally incompetent. Hi, Dave. I'm playing Gears, Warforged Battlemaster Fighter. They're 5th level now, so they get 2 attacks, and they're a dual wielder. So that means 3 attacks around, unless someone throws a haste spell on me. In that case, we turn into blender mode. And Algernon's going to be helping with that, unless a couple of fireballs get triggered first, which I have a funny feeling is going to happen tonight. We are taking odds on the timing of the fireball. You can put it in 10-minute intervals in chat. We'll see who gets closest. You'll get a high five.
Nice. All right. Very good. How about Ronvin? What's going on?
Oh, Runbin kind of clocked out today, I guess. No, just joking. So Runbin is super happy that, that the stone giant was safe, because thinking of a creature that was hurting that much and was in so much pain, it's not something that she would like. And she is still totally geeked out about her new armor and all of, the stuff she found. And she hopes she will find more, because now we're getting greedy.
Nice. All the shinies. All right, Algernon.
Hi, everybody. I'm Manny. I play Algernon Altano, a Cholton divination wizard who, really wants to cast some fireball, but we'll do it responsibly because we are in a tight and confined space, and he doesn't want to hurt anybody. But everybody just kind of stay back, just in case.
Just in case. Just in case. Okay, kicking over to the bottom right. Frigili.
Yeah, Fragile has heard a cackling noise, which really sets her off because she really is a reflection of a lot of me. And I'm hungry right now, and I'm hangry. And so I think that Fragile is going to have to take it out on whatever creatures are behind us. So she's looking to open up a can of whoop ass on something.
Nice. All right, and last but not least, Rue Shahar.
Hey everyone, I'm playing Rushahar tonight. He is a newly outed changeling rogue. I'm just looking to keep his friends alive long enough to figure out some answers down here.
Yeah. Answers. Wouldn't we like some answers? In fact, that's funny you should mention that, because tonight's episode is entitled, finally, some answers. Assuming that we get to that by the time the stream's over.
Yeah.
Almost like it was intentional.
Almost like it was intentional. Well, last week's episode was Truth Revealed, but we didn't get there, so now it's finally some answers.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, so
We revealed some truths about demons.
we did, actually. That was a completely delicious surprise.
Yeah, that was great.
So it kept my title to the episode, poignant. But that wasn't the truth I was referring to. So, okay. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Again, I'm Wiley Hobbit, and I'll be playing all the NPCs and stuff. And, if there's any monsters, I might have something to do with that. So the last time we were together, which was precisely 1 week ago, last Monday, the party had just, I guess the term is rescued a huge, just mammoth stone giant that had become embedded, entangled, if you will, skewered by all of these Grindelroot spires. And, the Grindelroot appeared, manifested in Black Claw Mountain some 220 years ago. So this poor, ancient, gargantuan stone giant had been stuck there for 22 decades. And the party managed to free the stone giant named Gorum, a non-binary stone giant named Gorum. And what was really crazy, when there were Gears and Fragile were having these horrible shooting pains, like needles, long needles being stuck through their heads, just searing pain and emotional visions of suffering and angst and terror. And once Algernon cast Meld into Stone from the spell scroll, and the stone giant melded back into the depths of the mountain, the whole party, each individually, mentally and emotionally, experienced great gratitude and relief and peace. So much so that it was almost spellbinding, the strength and the power of that emotional sense. And in the silence, as Fragile stands there just contemplating, this had to, for the daughter of the Raven Queen, had to be a moment like no other she's ever experienced, with the intensity of the emotion that was happening and the swing from almost unbearably painful terror to the most incredibly blissful joy and relief, like the worst brain freeze ever. That feeling you get when brain freeze sorts itself out, right? And all of a sudden, as she stands there, she hears this stony little cackle, just filled with malice and ill will, echoing from the tunnel back to the northeast behind her that leads back to the main cavern. And we will begin there.
Orcus is ours. Guys, did you hear that?
Rue is immediately drawing his short swords.
Likewise, Fragile will pull out her scimitar.
Are we all still there? Did we all hear that? Or
Fools, your efforts matter not. My army of death will feast upon you. Show yourselves.
We're hiding.
nope, that's creepy as hell. We ain't hiding.
Come on in.
And Runrin already got like her fist up with her gem, like,
Are you facing the
What the
tunnel?
Yep.
Okay,
I'm gonna say yes.
I'm gonna place you in a marching order based on what I think that order kind of is based on last scene. So Fragile, you're closest to the tunnel. You're probably 10, 15 feet into the space. Okay. You and Gears
Okay.
were sort of experiencing the same thing. I'm going to put Gears kind of behind you. I'm going to have Calavera, if you recall, was sitting on the stool on one of those stone benches facing the giant head of the stone giant. So I'm going to put her kind of in the middle with Ronvin. Al was there at the wall with the scroll. And then Rue had gone down the other tunnel. So Rue, you're probably not really with the situation just yet, because you had gone down the further tunnel and saw that the hand of Gorum was gone. That sound about right?
Okay, so I have no idea that anything's happening yet.
Yeah. Rue, you're probably about 20 feet beyond the chamber where the party is. So for Geely, as you stand there sort of bracing for whatever, you see coming down the tunnel these two forms, fleshy, no hair, these glowing bluish eyes, clawed feet and hands, just rags of something that might used to be clothing. Humanoid, probably somewhere between 5.5 and 6 feet tall. Almost naked, very sinewy, muscular, stretched, gaunt, and they're kind of hissing and coming down the passageway towards you. There's two of them, one then another. Let's roll initiative.
That's. Oh, finally, that's pretty decent.
Did you want me in this initiative order too, Scott?
What's that, Rue?
Did you want me in this initiative order as well?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, 25 to 20.
Me, 20.
20 to 15.
Julie is at 17.
16 for Rue.
Okay, Rue, you'll have that spot in initiative, but this round, you're going to be coming up the tunnel. Is that fair? Good. 15 to 10.
10. 10 for Gears.
And
Man, he's dead
10 to
last.
5. Oh, I got to roll for Calavera.
6.
Sorry, I got to get Manny with a 6 or Al with a 6. Calavera. Sorry, I didn't have Calavera's character sheet up. How silly of me. And as you stand there for Geely, you kind of catch your breath. This is definitely not a pleasant sight, nor is it a pleasant smell. You smell rancid, fetid, rotted flesh. I mean, it's just not great.
How far away?
They're about 15 feet and ambling towards you, one behind the other.
Okay.
Ronvin, you're first to go. You basically, Ronvin, you know that Fragile is looking up the tunnel, and you see a couple of humanoid forms kind of coming up the tunnel. But you've got, Calavera, Gears, and Fragile all between you and these forms that are coming toward the cavern.
Okay, so am I able to move past them,
Past two.
or is it all the way to the front? Past all of them?
By
so
them,
that I got a free shot at.
Are you referring to your party mates?
Yes, all
Okay.
of my party mates,
Yeah.
so I can get in front of them to use a
Yeah.
spell.
Yeah. You could move right up next to
Okay,
Fragile if you like.
Yes, because then I want to cast Tasha's Caustic Brew, which is that a steam of acid comes out. I'm saying, from one of her gloves, in a line 30 feet long and 5 feet wide, heading towards them, and they gotta succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be covered in acid until they scrape it or wash it off, and they take 2d4 acid damage at the start of each of their turns.
Nice. And it's a DC what, Dex? And
14.
okay. And what did you say the range and shape? Is it a cone?
It says in a line, 30
line, okay.
feet long and 5 feet wide.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
it's not a cone, it's just straight up spray, I guess.
Okay.
Stream of acid.
Gotcha. I'm going to have the first creature make the regular DC Dex save, and then I'm going to add a couple of points or drop the DC for the second one because they're coming in single file line up the tunnel. And your DC is what?
14.
14. Okay, first one does not save, so hit me with some damage.
Well, at the beginning of his turn, he takes 2d4 acid damage.
Right, so roll 2d4 and tell me what you got.
At each of theirs.
Okay.
So,
Okay, I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
So I don't roll it, you roll it.
Okay.
And it lasts for a minute while I'm concentrating, or until they scrape it off or wash it off.
Okay. I'm going to drop from DC What did you say it was again? 14?
14.
I'm going to drop to DC 12 on the second one because he's being blocked, and he rolled a 13, so he's okay. So this guy has got acid happening. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah. Do I have any movement left?
Yeah, I would say you probably had to move maybe 15, 20 feet. So let's say you've got a good 10 feet of movement. You can back up if you like. You guys are
Yes,
in
I
a
wanna
cavern
back up again.
that's the cavern's roughly 30 by 30, and it narrows as it goes up the tunnel where Fragile is. Gears is kind of right behind Fragile. So you've got plenty of room if you want to
And-
back in.
Yes, I want to back out of the way so that I'm out of the way. Basically, you see that little redhead up to the front, and then backwards.
Okay.
And that's all she got to do.
Very good. Nice. That's an awesome spell. Tasha's Cauldron of Acid. Ugh. Or Caustic Cauldron. Yeah. All right. Fragile, you are up next.
All right, so Fragili's like, oh, hell no. No, your abominations are dying. She is going to use a bonus action, and she's going to cast a spell, and anybody who's watching will see basically the spirits of ravens start flying around me, just circling me, almost like it looks like it's a protective shield, but it's not. But they are around me, and they are fighting with me against whatever I'm fighting. And then I'm going to charge the one in the front, and I'm going to be casting Green Flame Blade. The spell I cast was Spirit Shroud, but I don't have the Spirits of the Dead. I have Spirits of the Ravens from the Raven Queen. And so I'm casting Green Flame Blade, and I'm trying to attack the one in the front.
All right. Do your thing.
And that would be a crit. That would be a
Nice.
crit. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to do this. Okay, so I'm using Green Flame Blade and Spirit Shroud. So do I just double every dice I would hit with?
So you get max damage. So calculate max damage. Then roll any other damage die and add those to the max damage that you've calculated. So it's base damage plus any
Okay.
dice plus any mods. Max that out, add it up, and then re-roll any other dice, like your damage die, your Green Flame Blade die. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Big number, big number.
I'm trying. 13. This is not a wrong time to crit. That sounds really weird. But
Never a wrong time to crit.
Yeah.
8 plus my spell casting ability, which is 4, equals 12. And then I apologize, people. I should have had all this written out.
Don't worry about it.
And then 8 radiant. All right. So plus 2. So it's going to take 15 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
It's going to take 12 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And it's going to take 12 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
Wait, there's more.
And then the one behind it is going to take 19 points of fire damage.
Holy shizzle.
Wow, dude.
So describe what it looks like when you annihilate this first nasty thing coming up the tunnel as it enters the cavern.
Oh yeah, basically all the ravens that are around me, they become little glowing points of light, and they pierce through it, driving straight through the chest of it, and shredding it and dismantling it, and it just drops to the ground.
Okay.
With the power of the Raven Queen undoing the abomination that formed it in the first place.
Okay.
He's being so badass. My acid is not even gonna do anything. It's just gonna smell.
Nope. You're right.
I might not
Sorry.
even get to go.
You nuked it. Okay.
He did.
Anything else for Julie?
No, she's stunned.
Okay.
Not really stunned, but
Just kind of like,
just-
whoa. Okay, so the other one is coming up the passageway at you, and it's going to attempt to bite and claw you. I'm guessing a 5 misses with a bite.
Yes.
And the claw, that's a 2. All right, enough with the fucking die rolls there. That's probably a 6. Probably isn't going to help either.
No.
Okay. It just completely whiffs.
He was in awe.
It's in melee with you. Calavera will stand upon one of the stools. Let's see here. Nah. She's gonna look down the hallway and pull trying to hang on a second. I want to check something. Okay. So she's gonna just
She looked down the hallway and saw something else.
no. She's gonna look up the hallway, up the tunnel where this thing is. These two things have come. And she's going to utter something in some very primordial sounding language. And she's going to point at it and kind of put up a hand, like a stop sign. And it is going to stop and turn away from you, Fragile, and head back up the tunnel. Almost as if she commanded it to do so. And that's going to provide you with an attack of opportunity because it is now leaving your space.
Okay, now I need to look up something. Features and traits. I have the Warcaster, so I can. It says I can use my opportunity attack to cast a spell. So I am going to cast Green Flame Blade again. And I'm going to see if I can hit it.
And that green flame
That
blade
is
causes your...
a-
Hang on a second. That green flame blade causes your attack to occur, right? Like when you cast that spell,
Yes, so the Green
okay.
Flame Blade.
You get that and your attack
Yeah.
action. It is your attack action. Okay, I got you.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's a 14 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, so it is going to take 8 points of piercing damage, 2 points of fire damage, and 8 points of radiant damage.
Okay. Describe for me what it looks like when you dispatch this other one.
This time the energy seems to come off of my rapier, and I pierced it straight through the back, actually,
Yeah.
because it's running away from me. And I managed to sever its spine, and it just collapsed right in the spot.
Yeah, this thing, both of them have very, very dark, black ichor spew and babble out of them when you pierce them. They're definitely not rotted. They're definitely humanoid of some twisted abomination. And she just looks at the party and she hisses, "Ghouls. We must be careful." And that is her action. Um, it grows quiet, and then you hear the cackling again.
Again, if you think that will save you, think again, mortals.
It's just this malice-filled, evil. Ugh, gives you the chills.
Can I see her?
No, you could see that the tunnel empties out into that, that luminous violet and aqua kind of glow of the larger cavern, and you can see, some of the crystals on the tunnel walls illuminate. Nothing is in the tunnel. And it's, the
Okay.
tunnel's only
And
about 30,
one last
40
thing.
feet out to the greater cavern.
Does this ichor that's coming out of them resemble the stuff around the spire, coming out of the spire?
I mean, it looks like
You said
what
the
would
spire
be,
was
yeah,
bleeding.
yeah, it would looks like what would be their blood, basically, the ichor that came out of the ghouls.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Whose turn is it?
Nothing. That's what's just happened. That's where we're at. There's nothing more combat-wise. You don't see anything coming down the hall. So, what would the party like to do?
I'm gonna maintain my concentration and start heading towards the end of the tunnel.
Okay.
Yours will follow.
Yeah, just look for traps. This is just got my senses all tingly. Not in a good way.
What has Rue heard, and is he coming back?
Yeah, I mean, I would be making my way as quickly as I can.
Okay. Yeah, you would have heard the sounds of some kind of scuffle or whatever, so you can easily come back to the party. You see them all looking as if they're prepared for battle. You see Calavera standing on one of the benches, pointing up the tunnel. You see two corpses, and you see Fragile and Gears heading up the tunnel, weapons drawn.
Yeah, I'll go with them.
Okay, is the entire group going to come up the tunnel?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got you in Fragile, Gears, Calavera, Ranvan, L, Rue, marching order, up the tunnel. Fragile, you get to the end of the tunnel, and you definitely see, not too far, maybe about, let's see here, 10, 20, 30 feet away from you, kind of in the tavern, in the cavern at large, between you and the center spike. They're probably 30 feet from the mouth of this tunnel. And you see several forms, creatures. I'm going to put one up on stream so you can see it there. It'll take a second before, it shows up on stream where you all can see it. It's that image that's in the Discord that you were looking at and making fun of earlier. You also see, kind of behind it, this almost like an apparition. It's blue. The inside of it appears to be red, glowing. It's wearing, looks to be maybe like a raggedy old tabard. It has a shield and breastplate. A long sword, but it's not really touching the ground. It has boots, trousers, but everything is rather raggedy looking, and it's floating kind of behind the gray fellow with the staff and the little crystals and things hanging from it. And then you also see two other forms, and these you can almost see through them. They look humanoidish. The head is very kind of tall, pointed chin, glowing white mouth and eyes, hair all raised back. And it's incorporeal. It's not fully present, and it's hovering there. And Calavera just kind of gasps when she gets to where she can see everything. And she activates her Eyes of the Grave. And you see her just grow quiet for a moment, and she just, these are very dangerous undead creatures, is all she can get out. I'm going to put them in initiative order, and we're going to start at the top of initiative. How does that sound? So give me a second to make that happen.
Works for me.
So there's 5 creatures in all?
3. 4.
Okay, 4.
The dude that we've seen the image of, the
Yep.
2 spectral things behind it.
Yep, and then the floaty blue,
Okay.
yeah, dude behind the gray corporeal. Only one of them seems to be in a fleshy body, and that's the guy with the real strange, like, mining cap, and he's got that staff with the cool looking, different colored trinkets and crystals and things. Okay, looks like everybody's going to have the same exact initiative number, because that's not a pain in the ass. Oh, that one will be different. Okay. So as you exit the tunnel, Fragile, what are you going to do? You're first in line. You see this. Ronvin can act first, but she's got 2 people in front of her coming up the tunnel. So, Fragile, what are you going to do or say as you get to the end of the tunnel?
So there's 3 incorporeal looking
Yeah.
creatures and one that looks made out of flesh.
Yeah, it's very similar. He looks very similar to the 2 ghouls you just killed. And he stands there laughing, and now you recognize the source of the voice. It is from the corporeal.
Oh, yes, come out where we can see you and eat you. It's lovely of you to join us.
So can I make a perception check to see if I feel like, or insight, whichever it would be, to feel like if he's actually controlling the incorporeal creatures?
Okay. Roll me insight. Wisdom insight.
That's 10 on the die, which is a 10 because
Okay.
I think that's, yep, I got +0.
The 2 purpley-ish, one on either side of this ghouly-looking dude, they kind of shimmer and phase in and out a little bit and kind of move, and they seem to be rather independent. And the thing behind him is even bigger than him. This guy's like almost like gnome-sized, but he's got like long... Everything about him is twisted and extended and exaggerated. He's gaunt, thin, as you could see in the image. And then the blue apparition behind him seems to be floating and looking and watching, and it has just nothing but malice and evil in its glowing red eyes, gripping its longsword. It has a longbow strapped to its back. Everything appears to be operating independently.
Okay. Since he's the one with the mouth, I'm gonna go after him first.
Okay, you're about, as you exit the tunnel, you're going to be about 25 feet from him. So if you want to take your full move, Ronvin, it's actually your go first. So I'm going to give you the opportunity if you want to, like mash your way past Gears and Fragile, or just ready in action. You can tell Fragile's about to pounce, and there, you can see around them a little bit. There's some images out in the main cavern. What would you like to do, Ronvin?
How far are they away from me?
From you, probably about 40 feet.
All right. I want to use another spell, and I want to cast Shatter, which is in a 10-foot radius. So trying to get all of them, and they got to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, well they're not in a
loud, ringing, painfully intense.
They're not in a 10-foot
They're not close
bunch.
to each other?
No. So you would have to choose one of them.
Just one?
Yep.
Well, then if I got to choose one of them, do I have a clean enough shot that I can use my lightning launcher?
Yeah.
All right, then I'm going to do that. And ooh, oh, that's a 24. Ooh,
Is that your attack roll?
20. Yep,
24?
20 for
Okay,
the
yeah,
hit.
that'll hit.
All right. Okay, and that is plus one more. So that is 10 lightning damage
To whom?
to the creepy cackling dude.
Okay. Yeah, and he just
That
he
keeps
kind
running out.
of does that thing that electricity does to a person's body. And he kind of sizzles and sears a little bit, and he squeals this just horrible, horrible sound. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, for Julie, you are up.
All right. I am going to use my movement to close with Cackly Boy, or
Okay.
Thing, or It. And I am going to use my green flame blade on him when I get there. I take it this was actually like the third round technically, because it took us a round to get to the end of the
Yeah, I would say that's fair.
tunnel.
You had a combat round and
Okay,
then a round
great.
of movement. That's fair.
Okay, so I'm attempting to green flame blade him.
Run.
That is a 23 AC.
That's a hit. Ronvin, you'll be happy to
sorry.
know that the acid is eating away at the corpse of the ghoul that you zapped with your spell.
I hope it's foamy and sizzling.
You can hear it as you
Nobody
step
better
over it.
It's like, don't step in it. That is gonna eat your shoes.
Now, is the incorporeal thing right behind him?
No, there's each of them have kind of their own 10 to 12 foot space radius area.
Okay.
They're kind of spread out a little bit.
Okay. So he's the only one that will take any damage with this. So he's going to take 10 points of piercing damage, 6 points of fire damage, and 5 points of radiant damage.
So it's 21, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
And that's all I can do.
Or, well, not really very good, but for you it's very good.
Thanks.
Yeah. No, I mean for you guys, for your team, for the good guys. It's a good thing. Not for my guy. Not a good thing. I didn't
thought you
mean
meant
like.
it wasn't a really good amount of damage.
No,
I
I'm
was
sorry. I
like,
didn't mean it that way. No, not at all.
I will
I'm
get
proud of you,
stronger,
buddy.
I promise.
For being 5th level, it's awful
all you
lame.
got?
No, that's not what I meant at all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I hurt your feelings, Mike?
No, not really. I don't have those anymore.
You don't have them anymore? Hey, if you DM long enough, you lose them. So they go away. Okay, very good.
Then you start talking about drinking your players' tears.
Yes.
Then you get the opposite of feelings. Abject cruelty.
Okay.
Ah, yes, revel in it.
Yes.
I'm dead inside.
So this apparition floats forward to engage you in melee. And it raises its longsword, this glowing, ghostly blade, and everything about this thing has got this really misty blue, deep sea blue to it. Long, flowing hair. It almost looks like it's got a breeze going, and you just feel nothing but just focused evil and malice upon you as it looks you in your eyes with its red eyes, and it's going to use an ability to gain an extra attack with its bonus action. So it raises its longsword as it steps forward. And is a 10 good enough to hit you? Probably not.
No.
And then its regular attack. How about a 26?
Well, yeah, that almost hits Osmodius, so.
And
think
then
I'm done for.
an 11. So this thing just two hands with this long sword just slashes with unbelievable grace, power, and finesse. And you feel the bite of this ice cold blade as you take 12 slashing damages from this guy. And he steps up almost as if to block or defend this strange ghoulish, gnomish, ghoulish creature thing that you just accosted. Okay. Calavera is going to hold an action. She's kind of deep into the party. Gears, Fragile exited the tunnel, so you're free to move out. These guys are all about 25 or so feet. You've got one to the left, the purpley, shimmery, incorporeal thing. You've got melee straight ahead between Fragile, the ghoulish-looking dude with the goofy hat and the staff and the wind chimes, the little peppers, as you say. The apparition is there, kind of surrounding Fragile. And Fragile, the temperature has dropped very, very cold as this thing gets up on you. And then there's the other purple, incorporeal thing kind of hovering. What would you like to do, Gears?
Yeah, so I popped you a question in text, but I'll ask you here. Can I, as a dual wielder, can I use that? Use that shoulder bow as a bonus action attack as a dual wielder?
I mean, it's an attack, so define dual wield. Let me look up dual wielder. These are things we should sort out ahead of time.
Yeah, probably not. It's not a finesse weapon, so we'll just it's just kind of awkward.
Aren't crossbows two-handed weapons?
Well, this one's shoulder mounted.
This shoulder mounted and it loads itself.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't say that would grant you a third attack. It could be one of your two attacks. Like you could go boom with the shoulder crossbow and whack with the glaive or whatever, or one of your scimitars. But I don't think that would grant a third. Because I would treat it like a one-handed weapon since it's mounted to your shoulder and it self-loads. Right? Versus having to load a crossbow and all that. Does that make sense?
Sure. So I could get my offhand attack then with a conventional melee weapon.
Yeah, you could fire and then take a swing with your.
I have two attacks.
Right.
And I'm a dual wielder, which means that if I'm wielding finesse weapons, I can do an offhand attack and have my proficiency bonus apply. So I'm trying to get the 3 attacks in with the crossbow, but if not, that's fine. All right, I'll just
dual wielding is really 2 simple melee weapons, one in each hand.
Yeah,
is really what that is.
That's the way Gears is configured.
Yeah.
But I have the shoulder bow, so
yeah,
if I could use the shoulder bow to do one of my 2 attacks.
Yes, but you're not going to get to 3 attacks.
All right, we'll go full melee then. So with which one is closest? Is it the?
I mean, by law of angles, straight ahead is probably closest. You've got Fragile engaged with the ghoulish-looking dude with the staff and the blue apparition that just slashed at her with his longsword.
Okay, I'll go after whichever one of those 2 opponents is closest.
They're all right there, so you have your choice.
Okay, we'll go with the ghoulish-looking one. First attack with my +1 scimitar is does a 21 hit.
Yep.
Okay, that is 9 points of magical slashing damage.
Yep.
The second attack is 19.
Okay.
And that is 11 points of slashing damage. And then I will bonus hand offhand with my other scimitar blade. As bonus action attack. 19 plus 8. Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
7. And that would be 7 damage.
All right, describe for me how this thing goes down.
Gears just wades in with his scimitar blades, and how one hack an arm goes one way, another hack another arm goes another way, and then the head comes off with the third.
Okay. And what's granting you the bonus action attack?
I'm a dual wielder.
Well, I think
So
you're
I
confusing
have-
dual
I
wield
have
with
two.
I think you might be confusing dual wielder with two weapon fighting. Dual wielder gives you a +1 to AC, and you don't have to use light
No,
weapons when you're dual wielding.
Yeah, I have.
Two weapons means you get to apply your.
I'm 2-weapon fighting.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I've got it right because I get 2 attacks as primary because I'm a 5th level fighter.
Right.
And then I have an offhand bonus action attack.
That's the one I'm asking about. What is the offhand bonus action attack?
Yeah, I'm at. That's the 2-weapon fighting.
No. Anyone can use 2 weapons. The dual weapon fighting is what allows you to apply your proficiency.
Yeah, and that's what I'm
The
doing.
offhand attack, yes.
Yeah.
So anyone can, with 2 light melee weapons, can have a bonus attack.
Stood under. And that's exactly what's happening. As long as everyone's good with that, that's what happens.
But we're still getting 3 attacks. That's the part I'm not understanding.
Because he's a 5th level
I'm
fighter.
5th level fighter, so I picked up my second attack per round.
So his attack action gives him 2 attacks, and then he can also,
Bonus action.
because he has
All right.
2 weapons.
Yeah.
He can.
So what dual wielder does is it gives you, I'm looking at it like I'm reading the words in the D&D Beyond. You use 2-weapon fighting, and they don't have to be light weapons. You get a +1.
I don't have that feat. I have 2-weapon fighting as my fighter.
Okay. So you keep referring to dual something or other. That's where you're losing me.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I have the words wrong. It's 2-weapon fighting.
Okay. So dual wielder is not a
my
thing.
fighter specialty.
Closed. Okay. Thank you.
Dual wielder for gears is not a thing.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry.
Thank you very much. That's where you lost me. All right. Good. So now that we got that sorted out. All right. So you cut him down. Okay.
Ow.
Okay. These two
Is it really big?
incorporeally. No, it's not Elle's turn yet. I still have
Yeah.
the.
Yeah.
What? Oh, I thought you said something.
Yeah, I know it's not my turn.
Okay. So these two purplish, kind of ghostly, incorporeal forms roll in to assail Gears. Golly, these dice are going in the fucking trash. I'm guessing that a 9 misses. How about a 16?
Nope. Denied.
All right. Okay, well, that's really awesome. Gonna be a 1 round
Yes.
fucking combat. That's great. All right. Now it's Elle's turn.
All the requisite safety questions. Is this room big enough? Can I just cast it and not hit Gears?
You
or
have a party
Gears?
up
I
the
think-
tunnel in front of you. Remember,
Oh, we're in a tunnel. They're not in an open space.
you're in a tunnel, and in front of you are Ronvin,
I
Calavera.
am.
Gears just exited, and Gears and Fragile are in melee with 2 of these ghostly things and the big blue apparition. Fire at will.
All right.
This is where I like sorcerers, where they can choose to not affect people.
Yeah, hit people. All right. Then, not the two that are the same, but the other one you said had boots on looked like he was floating.
Yeah,
but
the blue
not.
guy. Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna give him the old magic missile, just to We're gonna do all three for 10 force damage.
So 3 magic missiles at blue guy for 10
Yes.
force damage. Okay. Yeah, they just absorb and shimmer. You see him kind of like waves almost shimmer as these magic missiles poof, blow into this guy. Okay. Anything else, sir?
No.
All right. Rue. You're
Okay, so I would like to charge into the room. Can I get to flanking with the one that just slashed for Jilly?
Please do.
okay. You were coming from the back of the party. Gears came out. See, Gears and Fragili, they were about 25 feet or so away from the party when Fragili was at the end of the tunnel. So Gears and Fragili easily can get up there. You cannot get to melee with a single move unless you move like 50 feet per round. You move, what, 30?
Yeah.
Because you're behind Al, Ronvin, and Calavera. So you're probably a good another 15 feet down the tunnel. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Am I thinking about that right?
I will bonus action. I will bonus action dash.
Okay. Cunning action?
Yeah.
Nice. Rogue life.
So
Hashtag.
I can move 60 feet then.
You
and still have an
may
action.
you may now flank whatever you like with 60 feet of movement, sir.
Excellent.
So Ronvin,
Yeah,
you see
so I
Rue
will
just
go after the one.
flash by you.
Yeah. So I'll go after the one that just jabbed at my dear friend Fragili, who I think is still mad at me, but that's all right. So with advantage, oh my. Oh wow. Talk about dice going in the trash.
Yeah, buddy.
That is a 13 to hit.
And this is Blue Man Group? Yeah, that's a miss. He just, with his spectral shield.
Would one of his +2s help him?
It would not.
Oh yeah, with a +2 out.
Nope.
Ooh.
Save that +2.
All right.
Of which you have 20, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe I at least got his attention. All right. That's it.
Okay.
Hey, DM, just a real quick thing I forgot to mention.
Yep.
Since I hit, anybody who takes damage from me right now cannot regain hit points until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
Just putting it out there as part of the spell.
Yep, that seems lovely. Asshole. I mean, yeah, cool. Sounds good. All right, noted. We're back to the top of the order. Ronvin, you're probably about 10 feet up the tunnel or so. They're probably about 35 or so feet from you straight ahead, all in this. You just see this swirling mass of purple ghostly forms, the big blue apparition, Gears, Fragili, and Rue all up there having at it.
All right. So, I'm guessing I can still not hit a bigger group with a 10 feet thing without, it's a radius sphere. That's
Right.
too much math.
It would be kind of hard to differentiate between, like, to catch just one thing. I would say you could catch one of the purple things or the blue guy, but if you try to get that radius any closer, like center it on the blue guy, you're going to catch at least one of your party members. You know what I mean? Because they're all
No,
moving
I
around and
would
they're.
try to have like the blue and the purple. I would try to get both of those. That's why it's like,
Yeah, I would say you can get one. If
all
you
right.
if you get two, you're gonna. If you try for two, you're gonna get a party member. Which
Alright.
which you are
So,
more than welcome to do.
So, is any of my friends hurt if I look at them?
Julie took a pretty good swipe.
Fragili's almost
So,
dead.
How far is Fragile?
She's not almost dead.
Wait, what?
Oh, sorry, that's next round. My bad.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Go ahead, Ronvin. Sorry, I stepped all over you.
All right. So how far is Fragile away from me?
They're all about 35 feet up there. They're all kind of in the same area, having a massive sword fight melee.
Right. So can I slip in? I don't know, slap Fragile on the butt and slip back out after casting something.
What's your move?
My move is a cure wounds.
No. What's your movement? Your move rate? How far can
30.
you move? You can get there. I'll give you that. But you're not. You don't. That's
Oh, it's
all
actually
your
35.
movement. That's all your movement.
It's 35.
Yeah.
35.
I'll let you take. I'll let you take 5 feet step back without springing an
Alright.
opportunity attack. Because I'm feeling really
Alright.
pleasant.
Okay.
Plus, I want to get you closer.
So that is you took a hit for 12.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm gonna run up, slap her on the butt, and cast cure wounds at first level,
Nice.
and that is. Oops. Excuse me. That is totally not what I meant to do right now. There. Yep. D&D Beyond. Okay, so and that is 8
Sweet.
healing.
Fragili's looking at him like, yeah, my friend's behind me. You better hit harder.
Yep, and that's and then scooch back a little, and that's all she can do.
Sweet. Okay. Nice. Well played. Yeah, so you can step back out of the immediate, any of those creatures would have to move to you. Now they can easily do so, but you're not currently like in melee like you would take an opportunity attack for doing that little backup right there. So you zip in, little healing on the tush, and then back up a little bit. Anything else you'd like to do, Ronvin?
Not right now.
Fragile, it is your turn. It's just erupted into chaos.
All right.
Gears is up there. Rue is up there. These apparitions are all swirling around you. The temperature, guys, it's like below freezing. Very cold.
Yeah, Fragile is very displeased with this thing that hit her with its sword. Whatever it is, something that should be some energy that should be dead and gone to the afterlife by now. So she's going to drop her Hexblade's Curse on it. It's a bonus action. Allows me to crit on a 19 or a 20.
Okay.
And I get a +3 bonus to my damage roll. So here's my question. It says, against the cursed target, you gain a +3 bonus to damage rolls.
Okay.
I have 3 different damage rolls, so I'm assuming that I still only get 1 +3. Not
Yeah,
+3
yeah,
to
that
all
would
of
be
them.
just a +3 bonus.
And do I get to pick which +3 it goes to, like +3 to the radiant, the fire, or the piercing?
What's the thing? You're hexing it?
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, choose which one you want it to affect. Yes.
Okay.
Your
I think That's
choice.
fair enough. All right. Let's see if I can hit this thing. It's 11 on the die. That's an 18.
Okay, that hits.
All right. So it's going to take 1 die 8 plus 5 piercing. So it's going to take 9 points of piercing. It's going to take 7 points of fire. And then 1 die 8 plus 3 and 9 points of radiant.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so you can tell you kind of slice through its incorporeal tabard and open up a gash as it's bobbing and trying to escape your, trying to use its shield and sword to parry as you find purchase. But it doesn't feel like it would normally feel if you hit a creature, meat. But you can
Right.
tell, it shimmers with the energy when you hit it.
Yeah, and it is a magical sword. I don't know if that matters to
Okay.
you or not.
Yep. That's cool.
And then the creature behind it is going to take 11 points of fire, or sorry, 10 points of fire damage. The thing with the funny hat.
That guy's down. Gears.
Oh,
It's a think
I did miss that.
coleslaw,
Yep.
but it's more like ghoul slaw.
Ghoulslaw.
Ghoul slaw.
Outstanding.
Yeah, Julien. Chiffonade.
He ain't cackling no more.
Outstanding.
Yeah,
That's my turn.
it is re-deceased. Okay. So this thing hisses at you. And you hear this booming voice. You shall not besmirch my honor. It raises its sword arm and its shield arm. Kind of clangs them together. And all at once you see around it, kind of surrounding the party, 2 more of these bluish apparitions appear, wielding longswords and longbows. And he just points them in your direction. And then this guy's going to advance on for Gilly. And that's it, because that was its action. Actually, no. It can use a bonus action. She will be when it's her turn.
Okay.
It's going to burn a bonus action. We went back to the top of the order. We're not down to her yet.
Yeah.
Rolls a 1. My God in heaven, what is happening?
Raven Queen.
It misses. It totally misses. So now we are to Rue. Rue, you are there. Flank your ass off. What you gonna do?
All right, I would like to besmirch his honor, please.
Okay.
Yeah, just continue to attack this guy with advantage. That would be.
You do have advantage, actually, which is really bizarre. But for whatever reason, besides your flanking, you also have advantage.
Okay. Well, that is a natural 20.
Of course it is. That's 3 crits for you all tonight. To all my ones. This is awesome.
So we decided that sneak attack doubles, so I get part of. Okay. Hang on.
Max
All right,
damage,
so-
roll all dice.
Nice. Yep. Okay. So 6, 11, and then I roll that again.
Note to self.
16.
New critical damage rules.
And I now have 3 sneak attack dice. So I'm going
Nice.
to roll these 3 twice. Ooh, hang on. That is
Floor dice.
10. That's 26. I
Yeah.
kid you not. That is 3 6s.
Woo!
All I
So
gotta
that
say is you better hope the Wednesday party decides to cancel, because I smell a TPK, because now I'm just getting angry.
26 plus 18 is 44 points of damage. So
Okay.
Yes.
Hang on, I have to go get my Morden Canaan's Tome of Foes. I'll just be right back. 44?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Good attack.
Nice.
So describe what this looks like when Rue just goes batshit crazy with his short swords.
So the one that I'm attacking is the one that just yelled, right?
Yeah, he just like, "Ah," and it looks like he kind of summoned these other two other apparitions that are similar to him, but not quite like him.
So as he was like raising his arms to yell, Rue kind of darts around behind the shield and just uh, ganks him right in the back.
Nice.
Nice.
I don't know if that's a word or not.
Is now.
Is now.
Then I'm gonna take my offhand attack.
Oh wait, there's more.
Always. That's 26 to hit. I don't know if that's gonna hit or not.
Barely.
For another 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Now I'm done.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Calavera is going to enter the fray. She will step out from in the tunnel, the last one to leave the tunnel. I think that she will wish to. Yeah, she's going to just put her hands to her temples and look at this blue apparition. And she's going to try to toll the dead this guy. So let me make a save. Wisdom. That's a 3. So that will be 2d12 necrotic. As this thing just squeals and roars as this tolling bell reverberates in its mind, and that is 22 damage because I rolled a 10 and 12. What is happening? I've never seen quite a display of lopsided dice rolling. And she's just going to kind of hang back probably about 25, 30 feet from the fray. And it is now the two purpley things that are on gears are going to attempt to purple him. They're trying to get their hands on you and kind of envelop you, Gears. I mean, should I even roll to attack? I mean, I think we know how this is going, right? That is
Might
a
roll a 20.
15 and a die on the carpet. A 3 on the... Okay, that's not good. 15 going to hit or no?
Nope.
Of course not. Okay.
This ain't your daddy's studded leather armor.
Apparently not. Your turn.
All right. Gears will engage with one of these purple things.
Yeah, and they look like just like screaming memes. They're whining and whistling and screeching, and they just speak unrest to you.
Yeah. That's okay. We'll put them to rest soon. 21?
That'll hit. Yep. Okay, those dice are gone.
Good.
New dice.
8 damage.
Okay.
Second attack
Same one.
is same one, yeah. 17.
That'll hit. New dice.
Ooh, nice. That's 12 damage.
Okay.
And then my offhand attack is 12.
That also hits.
Oh. Yeah, ooh. Damage dice are not rolling well tonight. 7 damage.
Okay.
Would that be all she wrote?
Yeah, and this thing's kind of flickering and blinking. It's a little more intermittent. Obviously, you've weakened it to a pretty significant extent. Anything else for Gears?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Al, you're still back at the tunnel, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I think a
Um,
full-blown
everybody-
fireball is the way to go right here. Just right in
I don't
there.
know, man. This seems like a. All right. Well, let me move out of the cave first. Let me start with that, or the tunnel, and like at least the open area. Um, no, I'm not going to be goaded into this. So there's how many of the purple guys left?
Two of them, they're just swirling around gears, and you just saw him just like slash and almost disperse one of them, and then it reformed a little more flickery and weak.
All right. I don't like this. Uh, all right. Let me go for the one that gears didn't just hit.
Okay.
Um,
And you have the other two.
I'm gonna hit it with the old scorching ray.
Okay, and just don't forget you have the
Nice.
other two apparitions that were called forth by Big Sword Guy.
Summoned recently.
Yeah.
Um, is there a way I can hit? I can hit everybody and not hit gears or Fragile?
No. What's your radius on that?
Okay.
Or your? I mean,
30,
everybody's.
30 feet. 20-foot radius.
Yeah. So you're gonna get. That's gonna be kind of tough. You know, I mean, the same thing that Ronvin was dealing with. They're all in the same kind
Okay.
of
That's
combat
fine.
space. Yeah.
Sure. Like I said, if I'd gone like higher in the initiative, this thing would have been a done deal. But all right, so we're going to use Scorching Ray on the one that Gears didn't just hit.
Okay.
15, 17, and 24 to hit.
17 and 20. Oops, hang on. I'm looking at the wrong. Those all hit.
Okay. Okay. And then 7, 10, 13, 17. It's just 17. Yes, 17 fire damage.
Okay. Very good. 17 fire damage it is. It sizzles and pops, and again, it flickers. Definitely doesn't like that. It squeals, and, you know, it's moving around and flailing. It didn't like that.
Would have been worse.
Okay. We are back to the top of the order. Ronvin. You're about 5 feet away from melee. It's just going all ham.
Okay, so how many are left?
Okay, so there are two blue new guys that were summoned by the big blue apparition, right? The big blue guy with the sword. He summoned two smaller versions, look like almost like smaller versions of himself, like men-at-arms or shield men for him. And they were out away from the combat, so they're going to have to move about 15 feet to get into melee with the group. Then there's the two purple guys on gears, and there's the big blue sword guy that Rue just hammered and Fragile just hammered. So there's a total of 5 up yet.
All right. I wanna shoot my lightning launcher at the big guy, but I have to back up first because it's a ranged attack.
Okay.
Right. So it says 17 to hit.
At the big guy,
Mhm.
that does not hit.
That is sad.
Use a +2.
A +2 would hit.
Oh, okay. +2 it is. I forgot about those. Thanks for reminding me. Right. How do I constantly forget about those?
Oh, you hit. Roll them bones for damage.
All right. Ooh. So that one plus another extra d6. All right, that is 13 lightning damage.
Okay. Nice. 13 lightning on the big blue sword guy.
Yeah.
He just looks like this really kind of dex-based warrior type, you know, long flowing hair, but he's kind of floats, and he's an apparition. And he's blue, and he appears to almost be hollow with this bright red energy. You can see behind the rents and the tears in his clothing, the breastplate kind of thrumming on his chest, red eyes just full of malice, boring holes in anything it looks at. All
The
done?
lightning actually hurt him.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay, good.
For
Yes.
Geely, you're up.
Okay. So the big guy's still up, correct?
Yep.
All right. And is anybody within 5 feet of him that's an enemy?
I would say probably one of the purple things, one of the ghastly spectral things that's on Gears, would be one of them that would probably pick up some of your green flame blade.
Perfect. All right. So I'm going to attack. That is a 19, which, because he is my hex, like 19 on the die,
Yep.
since he is my hex, he is critted. That becomes a crit hit.
Of course.
Well, it was a 19. It was. So that's 8, 21 piercing. 11 fire. And so he's going to take 21 magical piercing,
Okay.
11 fire, and 18 radiant.
So describe for me how you dispatch
And-
the spectral warrior thing.
So I stick my sword through him, but it's really the ravens that are around me swarm him and literally like peck his form apart with the rage of the Raven Queen.
Okay. Yeah, and you could see their beaks
Shredding
opening
it.
little holes in him, and the red. You see like fingers of red energy, right? And the more they peck, and your sword opens up a big hole in its chest, and there just becomes less and less blue as his form begins to slowly wisp away, and then this red energy just kind of extinguishes, and he's
Okay.
gone.
Nice. So the guy behind him takes 9 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And what's left of my wounds that were not healed by Ronvin. When this thing dies, it seems like some of the radiant energy runs up my arms and onto my chest and heals what's left of the wounds that I have
Sweet.
endured.
Nice. Excellent. Okay. Anything else?
Do I haven't? Yeah, I'm just going to move up onto the next closest.
Okay, there's
creature.
the two purple guys, and then about 15 or so feet away on either side of the group are kind of the smaller sized swordsmen that were summoned by the big blue guy that you just dispatched.
The purple ones, Gears is on them already.
They're on him. Ronvin just blasted one
Right,
with
but-
lightning. You just green flame bladed one. Gears has hacked into them. They're damaged. Al has zapped them with whatever that was he did. Searing blade of Fireface or whatever that was called.
Does it look to me like the little blue guys, if they wanted to, could get to Ronvin?
Oh, yeah.
All right, then I'm going to close on them. Are they close enough together I can get them both in melee?
No, one's on either side of the party. There's one closer to Ronvin on her side of the party, and there's one on the other side.
Since she's healed me, well, wow, damn. I know that she's got armor on, but I know these are undead, so I don't know how much that'll protect her. I'm going to go to the one closest to Ronvin, because I
Okay.
feel like Calavera might, being a cleric, have some protections maybe against undead. I don't know, I'm guessing.
Well, Calavera is not
But,
as
yeah.
close to the party as Ronvin is. You know, she just kind of stepped
Okay,
out of the
then I'll-
tunnel and did her thing.
I'll go on the one closest to Ronvin.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, Ronvin, so Fragili comes over and kind of takes up a defensive posture, I'm assuming, kind of between you and the blue apparition with the longsword that's sort of advancing-ish, but it's not its turn yet. Okay, that brings us to Calavera. I'm gonna check something real quick here. Yeah, she's going to, seeing the horror that Gears appears to be experiencing, although it's not doing anything to him. But he's been enveloped in these two purpley spectral forms. And Gears, again, you've almost got like frost forming on your metal parts. These things have gone through you and out the other side. It hasn't damaged you at all, but they're just absolute icy cold. She's going to stand just and yell, "Be gone!" and raise her hand. And I got to make some saves. The two purple things immediately begin to move directly away from Gears toward the center spire. In a second, Gears, you're going to get opportunity attacks, one on each. Hold that thought for a moment while I roll saves for the blue dudes. Oh, for goodness sake. One of them failed, and it's moving away. That one is closest to Calavera, the one that's on Ronvin, so that one's going to start moving away. For Geely, you can take an attack of opportunity on it. Gears, let's do yours first. You get one attack of opportunity on each of the purpley guys because they are now turned and moving away.
Well, it
So
takes
my understanding of action of opportunities is a reaction.
Yes, and you can't do that on two
And I only
things.
get
It's one. It's one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I get one, not two.
Yeah, I just said, yeah.
Just so we're clear. That's fine. Okay, and 17
That hits.
hits. And okay, good. Oh, I'm sorry, I lost my place there. Okie dokie. 7 damage.
Okay, describe how you dispatch this one. This is the one that you were kind of working on.
Awesome. The as a reaction, the magic scimitar just sinks into its insubstantial back and wrenches out, discorporating the energy of its existence.
Gone. Okay, for Geely, you may make an attack of opportunity on the one of the blue dudes, the one that's on over there by you and Ronvin. Again, it's another
That's 11. I'm
warrior-looking
assuming that's
guy,
gonna miss.
like the other guy. He just doesn't look as tough. He's got like a chain shirt instead of the breastplate and a shield. And that's a miss, you said?
Okay, yeah, I rolled an 11.
Okay, do you have any bonuses on
I take
that?
it that is not gonna. No, that's with my bonus.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's gonna.
So I mean, I
What
can
a
throw.
+2 make it hit?
No,
Yeah, would a +2 make it hit? Okay.
nope,
Yeah, no.
nope. Okay, so that was Calavera. The purpley guy. It is its turn and it's moving away. How about, I'm guessing Gears, Fragile, and probably Rue are watching these things move off. Why don't you all roll me perception?
The 14 for Virgili.
It's not a passive perception thing.
I guess that would be more passive, yeah.
17 for Gears.
What's your passive perceptions? Let's go with that. You're right, Andrew.
Oh,
Uh,
14.
17.
Okay.
Well, that doesn't work for me. My passive's only 10, so I see nothing.
Okay, so Gears, you notice movement over near the spire that's coming out of the crater in the center of the cavern. Rue, you see something rise. Humanoid. It's got this horrible looking mandibled mouth. It's just skin tight across its ribs, gaunt, spiny shoulders and joints, incredibly long, hooked claws, and then this bloated, disgusting midsection, kind of like your DMs. pointy ears, this disgusting, gross hair, some kind of like a loincloth as it steps up out of the ichor and goo and starts in the direction of the party. It is currently, looking at the map, it's probably about 40 feet off. It's got to come up out of that crater 40, 50 feet away from you all right now. And it rolled a 1 on its initiative, of course, because why would we want to break trend? Lost my paper. So we'll just make it last. Because why not?
Yeah.
It's the familiar.
So it's coming out of the goo. Okay. Gears, you're up.
So I got.
You got a purple guy that
one
has
thing-
left your space. It's probably about 30 feet from you, back in the direction of the spire. In fact, it's already kind of started down into the crater. It's clearly evading Calavera. Whatever, she made that command, and it responded and turned tail and left. And it's gotten its full move away from you.
All right. Are the other two still coming at us?
One of them left Ronvin and Fragili, also kind of moving toward the edge of the crater. It's not quite there yet. The other one is still there. You could move 15 feet and get to it easily. It's kind of to your right as you're facing the spire.
I will move 15 feet to get to it easily.
Okay.
And if I can, I'll flank it. Is that possible?
There's no one there to flank it with. It would be you and
Okay,
it.
I'll just go in and attack it then.
Yeah.
On-hand attack is a dirty 20.
That's a
I
hit.
assume it hits. Ugh. My damage dice suck. 7 damage.
Okay.
Second attack is 27.
That hits.
Damage is that's better. 12 damage. Offhand attack with my normal scimitar is. It is a 14 hit.
Nope.
And it whiffs.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. It's going to take a swing at you with its longsword as the other one moves down into the crater, taking its full movement of 30 feet, moving away from Calavera. So it's going to swing with its longsword. Nat 1. Unreal.
Wow.
Al, you're up.
I feel an MC Hammer move coming on. Can't touch
Why?
this.
There's no moves. When you roll ones all night, there's no moves.
All the space. Smash.
You're up, buddy.
Ow.
Yeah. All right.
Ow.
So things are in this crater, yes?
Yeah, you can't really tell from where you are because, again, the center of the crater is... how am I so off center? There we go. The center of the crater is down, so you can't really see. Rue is able to see something. Gears caught a movement, and that's all there was. So you're unaware of anything in the crater.
Okay, if Calaveras turned some undead that are moving away from us,
Yeah.
I'm gonna move forward, away from whatever didn't get. There's one thing that didn't get turned. It's on Rondon, so I'm gonna.
No, that
kind
one's gone.
move.
Gears has the only remaining unturned undead.
Okay. Then I'm gonna take my full movement, just kind of steering away from Gears and the one he's engaged with. And can I see the crater now?
is attempting to hit this thing that was just raised. Now the stream is fully disconnected, which is super cool. So it's going to have to make a saving throw, which it natty 20s. So that would be a save.
You want to take a bio break?
So
While that's going
let
on.
me finish what I'm doing here. So it's going to take some damage,
28.
some fire damage. Do you guys need a bio break? We can do that.
I do.
Okay. 8.
Yep.
At some point.
Okay, so it takes 8 fire damage. Let's go ahead and hit pause for 5 minutes and take a quick break. When we come back, purples are gone, so it's no longer their turn. It'll be the dude who just got flamed by Calavera. It'll be his turn, the guy that was just raised. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll see you back shortly. Hang loose. There we go. All right, y'all, we are back. Again, sorry for the quality of the stream. It is beyond my comprehension why it's so bad. I may just have to take it down for a while and go yell at the internet people or something, but I don't know what to do. It's bad. Okay, so we are in the middle of this raging combat. Let me reset the battlefield. I have Rue in melee with a risen, ghastly, ghoulish creature that's been cackling and hurling insults until it was killed, and now it's back. It was raised by this horrible, fiendish-looking creature that you see displayed on stream. Gears was just doing battle with a blue sword-wielding apparition that Rue just ended. Ronvin is kind of standing her ground, maybe 15 feet or so away from Rue and the Ghast. Calavera is a little further back. She just scorched the gas with burning hands, and it is now. Let me mark off that spell. It is now. That's a single use. Sorry. It is now the Ghast's turn, and it will also raise its hands. And it's going to fire back at Calavera. 3 bolts, motes of energy. Pew, pew, pew. In her direction. Al, you'll recognize this straight away as magic missile. And she takes 6 force damage as they rock into her form. That was its action. That is it. It is now Gears' turn. Gears, you're about 15 feet away from either Rue and the Ghast or the bloated, nasty thing that came up out of the crater and raised the Ghast. What would you like to do? You're muted, buddy.
You think you're muted?
Yeah, I know. I'm going to go after the Ghast that just got raised again.
You got it.
So I'll make the move, 15 feet. First attack is...
With advantage. You flank with me, I assume.
Oh, okay. There we go. Advantage. That is 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Back down to crap damage again. That's 7 damage. Second attack is 17.
That'll hit.
And that is 11 damage.
Okay.
And bonus action, non-magical scimitar is 21.
That'll hit.
Which...
Oh, what the hell is that thing? You can see the picture now. Sorry, I'm talking out loud. Apologize.
Yeah, it's okay. 6 damage.
Okay. Yeah, so you open up several gashes, and again, ichor, black, thick like tar, starts to bubble out of the slices that you opened up, along with the damage that Rue did. Anything else, Gears?
Nope, that is it.
Okay. Blue guys are down. Al, it is your turn. What you see before you, and again, you're close to the tunnel entrance, correct? Kind of across the cavern?
Yes.
Yeah. So
just so enough I can see down.
You see Gears and Rue melee combat, sword combat with this Ghast that's been re-raised. He had just cast a spell and hit Calavera with 3 bolts of energy, magic missile. You see Fragile toe-to-toe with this fiendish-looking bloated thing at the edge of the crater. And that is what you see.
I'm gonna cast Fireball at the big thing, and if all I want to do is hit it and not Fragile.
Okay. Yeah, so you would have to center the explosion a good 25 feet beyond it so that the effect
That's
would
fine.
be right behind it. And for Geely, you're kind of like, holy
Yeah,
cow. But it doesn't reach you.
Yeah, it'd stop like right in front of Fragile.
I got you.
I'm gonna apologize like briefly for Fragile if this gets really hot. Oh, jeez. 9, 11, 12, 13, 17. 20 if it fails. The DC is going to be, since you actually have to roll it this time, I don't just get to tell you. The DC is going to be 15. 20 if it fails, 10 if it succeeds on its save.
15 DC, rolls with advantage just because. And this is Dex, correct?
Yes, sir.
14 was my best roll. So 20 damage.
All right.
Whoops.
Yes.
Hang on, I'm marking the wrong dude. 20. Okay. Yeah, and you just, for Geely, you're kind of like, you could feel the force, the concussion of the explosion. It blows your hair back, and this hot convection of heat washes over you. And this thing just sizzles from behind, and you can see its white, pale eyes kind of roll up into its head for a minute as it sizzles, and it just kind of looks back at you and bares all of its nasty teeth. Nasty. Anything else, Al?
Julie's like, oh my god, I didn't think it could smell any worse. Now you're burning.
Yeah.
Hot garbage.
Anything else, Al?
No, man, I'm totally good. Thank you.
I'm sure you are. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. 2 fireballs. Yeah. Nice. Okay. For Geely, this thing is going to come at you. It's going to try to bite you and claw you. Does an 8 hit with the bite? How about an 18 with a claw? Can't hear you.
Sorry. It would normally hit me, but I think I would like to use my reaction
Okay.
to cast Shield,
Okay. All right.
which takes my AC up to 22.
Perfect. Ronvin, you're up.
All right, what's the blue one doing?
Well, those are long gone. You got two gears
No, the one in the crater. No,
Gone.
nobody missed the
fireball.
gone while I
Long
was
gone.
on bio. Okay.
Yeah. Roll me
What? I missed a fireball.
2 fireballs. Yeah.
2.
Roll me perception, Ronvin, since you're looking around for stuff to do.
All right, that's a 20, dirty 20.
Okay. You see 2 humanoid-looking things crawling up out of the muck at the base of the spire, making their way towards you. They're about 30 feet away from the spire now, but they're still a good 50 feet from where you are. They're down in the crater yet.
Do I have any idea of what they are, or is it just?
They look kind of like those ghouls earlier, but they're gnome-sized.
They're gnome size.
Yep.
So they're gnome ghouls. Right.
Ghouls?
Ghouls.
Okay. So I can actually try that shatter spell on them, right?
I don't know. Can you? Do you have a range of 50
It's
feet on that?
They're 60.
Okay. So
And are they within a 10 radius?
Yeah, they're coming kind of single file towards you. What does Shatter do? Do I have a save?
Yes, you got to make Constitution saving throws because it's a loud, ringing, painfully intense noise inside that sphere.
Cool. That is a con save.
13. Yeah, con 13.
17 and 2. So 1 saved, 1 did not.
All right. They are not made of inorganic material. Okay. On the failed save, they take 3d8 thunder damage, and half of that for a successful one.
Okay, roll your damage.
All right. Okay, that's 14 for the first one. You want me to roll again for the second
No.
one, or because it's in the sphere,
It's the same spell.
damage?
Yeah, it's one spell,
Right.
one damage,
14.
so 14 and 7. Okay, nice. Can the rest of everybody hear this loud crack, sound, crash, whatever this thing makes? Or is it just the dudes in the sphere?
It's like it erupts from that point, so
Yeah.
they would hear it, but it's not as they would just hear that ringing noise coming
Right.
from
Yeah, no, it's not
where
gonna
they
damage
are,
you.
which
Yeah.
is 50 feet away.
Okay. Yeah, so you all
And-
hear this loud crack sound from down in the crater, and you just hear squealing and all manner of pain and agony being suffered at the hands of this arcane blast that Ronvin just released. Anything else you'd like to do, Ronvin?
How far am I away from what's left?
You're 20
Am I
feet.
anywhere in?
You're 20 feet from Rue Gears and the Gast, and you're about 35 feet from Fragile and this fiendish demonic looking thing that raised the Gast. They're right kind of at the edge of the crater.
Okay, no, I'm going to stick where I am right now.
Okay. Very good. Fragile, you are up. Drop that. Oh well.
All right. Attempt to hit this guy. Well, I gotta mark off him around. Again, there's nobody there but him and me, right?
Correct. You hear the sounds of battle, about 15 feet behind you. The familiar sounds of Gears and Rue as they deal with that Gast that was raised. But right in front of you, it's just...
I rolled an 11.
Okay. And it kind of hisses at you and bares its teeth.
Yeah, that's going to be my turn then.
Okay. Very good. What's I going to say? Rue, you're up. You and Gears are fighting with the
Okay.
Gast that just magic missiled Calavera.
Yep. Yeah, I'll just say, oh, that was a mistake. You don't want to do that, and slash away at it. That is 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Um, 20 points of damage on that with sneak attack.
Okay, it goes down. Again. That ends it. It is down.
Yeah, and we were just gonna kind of poke at it with his other sword. Stay down this time.
It does.
Okay, that's it.
Okay. Calavera. Let's see. I think that she would, since the demonic, fiendish, bloated guy has taken some damage, I think she's going to attempt to toll the dead, which requires a wisdom save, DC 14. It's a 7. Why am I rolling saving throws? Why am I doing that? And that's 11. And he is looking rough. He just kind of, his clawed hands, and his eyes roll black in his head again as he takes this searing necrotic pain from this loud tolling that he hears. And you just see Calavera almost like she's got a mallet in her hand and she's just like ringing a chime or a bell. This motion in the direction of this thing. Gears, you're up. You have Rue with you. You have a dead Gast at your feet. Dead twice now. You see Fragile locked in combat with this nasty thing that just got told to dead. About 15 feet, kind of to your right at the edge of the cavern. Or, what's that called? Crater.
All right. Gears will move up and attack.
Okay.
Let's see. And all right, let's see if we can hit first.
They're attacking the one that Virgilia's working with.
I think it's the last one, isn't it? Aside from the
Other than the two humanoids that are coming up out of the goo and the spire.
Yeah, Heaven can wait for them. All right, first attack is a 15 plus 8.
That'll hit.
9, sorry. 15 plus 9, yeah,
That'll hit.
23. Okay. All right, in addition to the damage, I am going to use the trip attack maneuver. And it must make a strength saving throw DC 16 or be knocked prone.
That is a 21.
Oh, well.
But
so much for that.
As it's dying, I'm sure it won't really notice.
You still get the extra damage on that, though.
Yes, I do get a superiority die damage. Okay, that's 12 plus 6 is 18 damage for the first hit. Second attack.
It's down.
That's 15.
It's down.
It
It's
did.
dead. It's dead. Okay.
Yeah, it just falls in a gross, cold thwack on the stone floor of the cavern, and you see in the distance those two ghouls ambling,
Ghouls.
and then they drop.
Oh. We got the big bad.
For
Nice.
Geely, you're fixing to get a Zoom message.
It's that little oh from the Raven Queen.
High five.
Yes. On our Wednesday stream, at one point I have a cleric that's a trickster domain, so you can do invoke duplicity. And at the end of one combat that was particularly arduous, he basically brought the duplicate back to himself and self high-fived. It was silly.
Nice job, us.
Yes. Go me. Nice job, fireball guy.
So all grows quiet in this cavern except for the sound of the violet falls off at about the 10 o'clock position up in the left northwest corner of the cavern. You are on the south side of the crater. There's the dead Ghast with his staff with the crystals on it. There's the dead thing that you just dealt with that Gears just killed. There's corpses of two ghouls laying in the crater that dropped where they stood when the fiend went down. What do you do?
What do those crystals look like? Anything valuable?
They look like gems, similar to what you've seen, mined from here and in the walls and so forth.
Yeah. Any particular value or just?
They look like nice shinies. They probably fetch some gold. The staff he was carrying, it looks like a kind of a mining pick that's been, fashioned to have like 3 picks on it, and then all these little crystals are just, adorned and hanging from it. So it would probably fight like a morning star. It's actually kind of cool looking. I'll put it up on stream again. So what all would you like to do?
Do you want any of these?
What was Gear saying?
Ronvin, do you want any of these crystals?
Shiny, always.
Always. So Ronvin has all the crystals. Gears is debating the practicality of a 3-headed pick Morning Star. And I don't know, but that's my thing. Greater minds will possibly ponder the purpose of the pond of ill goo and the fact that undead seem to be coming out of it at the base of the Grendel root. In the crater.
Okay.
Hint, hint.
Calavera rushes forward.
Someone with more brains.
Does anyone need healing? Can I help anyone with healing? Was anyone stricken?
I'm fine.
The DM
Totally
says.
dead.
The DM says, "No." I just want to step out of story for a minute because I'm blown away at this. I just threw the kitchen sink at you people, and I hit one character once for like 12 damage. That's how pitiful my die rolling was tonight.
And you failed every save except
Kobold
one.
Fight Club can kiss my white ass. Deadly. Okay, back in story. What do you guys want to do in the cavern? It's all quiet.
Well,
I'm gonna go look at the thing that Fragile was fighting, and that Gears just finished. Whoever just finished it off, causing the things in the back to drop. Obviously, it's magical, like to a real extent. I'm gonna figure out that it was the reason why things came back after we killed them. Curious, yeah, what's its deal? Is it innately magic? Does it have anything on it?
Roll
really good at
an
its game?
Arcana for me. Roll Arcana, buddy.
Ooh,
And
man.
is it regenerating and about to bite your face off?
That's gonna be a 23.
Okay, roll 3 death save. No, just kidding. This thing is, I mean, it doesn't appear to be magical to you, but it clearly has magicalness about it, like magical properties, or it can somehow defend itself, perhaps, with magic. Roll a intelligence history check. Again, Al is this accomplished researcher who's read a lot about a little, or a little about a lot. I'm not sure which, but a bunch. So I always like to give him a crack at a history intelligence roll.
Not so much the history, because that's gonna be a 9.
Okay, yeah. You do get that this thing was probably not undead. Like, it doesn't seem to give you the same vibe. It doesn't seem to share properties with, let's say, the ghast at whoever took it down, laying there on the floor dead. This seems different. It also seems a lot different from the blue apparitions. They seem to have a purpose, honor, ghostliness to them. They functioned with tactical aptitude, acumen. This thing is just malice, evil, and it's not undead. It was quite living.
Yeah, what else is there around to go take a peek at?
Investigate.
You have
Yeah,
the
does that
What
pockets?
about the thing that had the head? What was on his head?
it was like a
Does that-
bizarre, oddly fashioned helmet. I will give you this other thing, Al. You would say that this thing looks almost descended from elven stock somehow. It's got really sharp pointed ears. It's long, form. It's long frame. I'll put the visual back up again.
So, like the concept of like a corrupted elven being is not an unreasonable assumption.
That's a great assumption. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like any elf you've ever seen, but you can see
Sure.
elvish features in its frame and construction and size. Yeah. But it's
I'm
very
gonna-
clearly bad freaking news.
As I look over it at it, I'm gonna point out the fact that it does appear at least slightly elvish. Yeah, because nobody else is an elf. Changeling. No. Okay, so no. This would be helpful. All right, if that's it with that, and then the crater is what's going on with that? It's just a change of elevation, or there's like something down there.
Remember the crater in the
Pool or something?
center of the cavern has that big Grindelroot spire coming up out of it. And you had been down there to look at it earlier before you went to the falls, and it had about a 5-inch gash in the actual spire itself. That's the first time you'd ever seen any marking or damage to the Grindelroot. And you do recall people in Deep Delver's Enclave telling you that they've never been able to cut it, break it, chip it, crack it, split it. But it looks like there was about a 5-inch tear, gash, jagged gash, and from that was just dripping, not flowing, dripping this viscous black liquid that is pooled at the bottom of the crater. And if you recall, Gears stuck the haft of their glaive down in there, a good 3 feet at the center, down near the base of the spire.
And all that looks the same as when we checked it out the first time.
Yes, the only thing different is that this foul, fell creature crawled up out of there, and then the 2 ghouls crawled up out of there. But all is quiet now.
Did Gears feel the bottom when he put it in there, or did
Yeah.
he just stop at 3 feet?
No, he felt the bottom.
Okay, felt the bottom.
Yep.
Huh.
I think you said the gash was seeping this liquid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
So, Grindelroot juice bad. Maybe we need to plug this, or do we care?
We do care.
We do care. I just don't know what to do about it. I don't know how to care.
Fix it? Can we figure out how to fix it? Is that a possibility?
Ooh, hold on.
Ronvin, do you have a welding torch? Don't laugh.
But I do have smith's tools and tinker tools.
How big is the gash in it? It's like 5 inches
About 5 inches, yeah.
in length, like from tip to tip.
Yep,
Not that's not gonna work.
Well, we still have those sticky spider webs. Can we just use the spider webs and like stick some stuff in it, like rocks or something?
Well, do we have anything that would meld or repair anything?
Now the scroll went away.
As an artificer, do you have anything that would like fix things?
Well, she can do mending, but that doesn't really help. I mean, she got jeweler's tools, leather worker tools, smith tools, thief tools, tinker tools.
Well, mending could fix something of that size. I mean, it's not a huge gash.
Well, it says as long as the break or tear is no longer than 1 foot in any dimension.
Yeah, so this is a 5-inch gash. That's under a foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, patch some in there. Little putty.
Shugu.
Well, what do you think, Wiley? Can we use mending to close it up?
So are you all down there now, or are you just kind of standing around the crater, kind of looking down? The pool itself is at its furthest from the spire, maybe be about 10 feet out. So you're probably going to have to walk into that stuff to get to where you can, touch and look at that thing closely.
Yeah. Those tables that were in the building that we started off in, what were they made out of? How long
Wood
are
with
the
stone
legs?
tops. They're pretty nice work tables.
Yeah.
Some were all
How-
wood. Some had stone tops on them for like hammering and things like that for tinkering. Yeah.
How long were they?
I would say anywhere from 4 feet to 12 feet, depending on the table.
Grab a bunch of them.
Yeah, I think we could probably bridge this stuff maybe with the
It's 3
tables.
feet deep. Then
Well,
If we just grab tables and just keep throwing them on top of each other, it's not going to be like a smooth surface, but we can, jungle gym across it. Yeah, we just keep throwing them in the hole. As long as they don't get eaten by whatever the hell that stuff is. Enough tables, we've created a beaver dam and a bridge.
I'm
I
looking
like
more for the bridge, but yeah. So the gears will start dragging the tables out and getting them ready to line up. See what the
Okay.
smarter people think.
Yeah, so you could, one of these tables, again, they're, the bigger the table, the heavier it's going to be. But you could easily find an 8-foot table, a 10-foot table, and push it up against the spire beneath the tear. And it's going to be, if the spire's this way, the table's going to be at a downward slant because the floor of the crater, right? But the tables are all tall enough to be out of the ick. They're probably maybe the end of the table. You might have to lay like in a table across the end, that kind of thing. It's pretty close to 36 inches deep, 3 feet. So, but yeah, you could fashion a couple of tables easily without getting your hands into the goo and give yourself a stable base upon which to work. That's easily enough
I
accomplished.
mean, if we're doing that, then I would really like to have a rope tied around me and somebody